Tonight, widespread water issues are still having a major impact on many residents as the water crisis continues here in Central Virginia. You're watching 8 News at 5:30. I'm Heather Hope.
I'm Eric Phillips. Many people are still pushing for answers like, how did this happen? How is it being addressed? And what is being done to keep this from happening again?
We have team coverage tonight with 8 News reporters Madison Moore in studio and Sahara Sriram in Hanover.
Madison, we will be with you in just a moment. But first, Sahara, Hanover residents east of I-95 are starting to see water come back on today, but many of them are questioning why Hanover's water partially comes from Richmond's reservoir.
After speaking with the head of Hanover's public utilities, how confident is the county this won't happen again?
Eric, Heather, that's right. The big question on people's minds is how did a storm outage cause days of no water for so many people? Earlier, I spoke to the head of Hanover's public utilities, and while he wasn't able to give me all of the answers, he did provide some clarity on Hanover's ongoing water crisis and ensuring that it won't happen again. At the peak of the outage, between 16 and 17,000 Hanover residents were without water. But the head of utilities tells me that number is now 0. Most people getting it back late last night and early today. But the boil water advisory remains in place for some areas. I spoke to dozens of Hanover locals today, most of them telling me they had no idea their water even came from Richmond, with some expressing frustration that they have to rely on another locality for water. Now, about 4/5 of Hanover's water comes from Richmond, according to the county. Part of the county's 25-year plan, which is updated every year, is finding a new water treatment plant and reservoir. But this doesn't mean Hanover would build its own, and it would still rely on Richmond water as a backup source. Some residents I spoke to expressed that this should be a learning point for local governments, saying that a storm shouldn't cause a widespread disaster like this.
You can live without electricity, you cannot live without water. And emergencies will happen. Our response needs to get better, and we need to make sure that our infrastructure gets checked and maintained.
The county has, in the past, looked into future potential water sources as the county grows and develops. It's something we look at yearly.
Now, I did ask the head of utilities if they're exploring alternative infrastructure options so they don't have to rely on Richmond for water, along with if they're going to change how they communicate with the public given their current reliance on Facebook videos for updates, but he was unable to answer both of my questions. They did just let me know a little while ago that they did their first water testing today and will do their second tomorrow, and if both of those yield positive results, the boil water advisory for all of Hanover should be lifted by Saturday. Live in Hanover County tonight, Sahara Sriram, 8 News.
That's good news, Sahara. Thanks.